Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Cooper's Amputee Lifestyle, where I'm an amputee diver. I'm diving to combat PTSD and depression due to the traumatic loss of my leg, chasing my dreams, hobbies, and adventures, living life, loving life. I want to inspire you to do the same, chase your dreams, hobbies, and adventures. And on today's adventure, we're down here in Nassau, Bahamas. We're diving with Stuart Cove's Dive Bahamas. We're going to be checking out the dive site, the Twin Sisters Shipwrecks. We're going to go down and we're going to go inside these shipwrecks and explore around and check out all the life outside these shipwrecks. Don't forget to subscribe. Enjoy. So as we start our descent, we can see the Twin Sisters, the old oil tankers, small oil tankers. We're going to start with the ship on the left. You can see that there's ropes joining the ships back and forth. Visibility is a little bit cloudy due to some storm activity. These ropes look in good condition. They're probably 22 years old. These two ships were sunk in 2000. They were both donated by the Shell Company, so make note of all the growth that has grown on here in 22 years. Here's looks like a mast that's standing up with some coral growing at the top. Let's go inside and explore around. We'll give you kind of a perspective of what it looks like inside of a sunken ship that's been sunken for about 22 years. So we see a lot of sand building up, rust on the metal walls and shelving. And we're going to go around and there's another hole that gets us deeper, probably into the cargo hold where they actually stored the oil. And here's a great view. Now we're about the bow of the boat. We're going all the way down into the bottom, and then we're going to work our way towards the stern, which is towards the back of the boat. Even towards the very bottom, I'm noticing there's still a lot of fine sediment. I have to be careful and try to frog kick with one leg to reduce stirring it up. So I'm taking this right path, so that's going to put me on the left side of the boat, which is the port side of the boat. It is pretty leery and spooky. You definitely need to have a light and a backup light so you can see where you're going. So here's my fourth passageway, and there's a manhole right there, but you can't exit through there with a BCD on. It is only designed for a person to climb in and out of that manhole. A little bit behind me is Nate. He's making sure that I don't get my dumb ass killed inside this wreck. We're both having a great time on this adventure exploring this wreck. There was two options to exit. I decided to take the right side, which is the left side of the boat, the port side. We're going to exit through this opening. I can see that this is definitely too narrow, so you have to turn sideways to be able to climb out of this opening. After a quick little maneuver, you slide right out, and then I can turn around and show you Nate exiting. So I'm a much heavier guy than Nate, but you can see how narrow the exiting is, so you have to turn sideways to exit and try not to stir up the sediment for your buddy who has to go through it. The other side of the boat had a much bigger opening, so I owe Nate a beer for that one. Now that we're out of the hole, let's go and continue exploring these ships that have been sunk since the year 2000. Donated by Shell, turned into a great dive site and artificial reef. So here's the wheelhouse coming up, and we have a group of yellow striped goatfish hanging out inside the wheelhouse. As we move towards the stern of the boat, we see a large gathering of a large variety of fish. Yellow striped goatfish, parrotfish, some blue tang. Looks like we have some gray snapper, and I even saw a couple of French grunt. We're going to follow these yellowtail snapper around this corner, work up along the port side, and see what it looks like on the deck of the ship. This curious fish checking me out is a Bermuda chub. They kind of come up to you and just swim around, see if you got any food or something. This oil tanker has a lot more coral growing on it than the other. I don't know if that has anything to do with it being slightly shallower. Maybe more photosynthesis is helping the coral grow. I'm not entirely sure. If any of you oceanography or marine biology people can weigh in, leave a comment below. This oil tanker is definitely my favorite of the two. This definitely seems to have a lot more life and activity on it than the other one. Here's a little quick shot of the top of the mast with some coral and basket sponges growing on the top. This one definitely helps this oil tanker stand out from the other one. So let's head over to the other oil tanker. We'll go inside a couple of areas of the oil tanker, kind of give you guys an idea of what the other one looks like. So here's the top deck of this oil tanker. As you can see, there is a little bit of coral growing on it, a little bit of life. Definitely not as much as the other one, in my opinion. So we're just going to drop down right here, go inside, we'll go around a corner and then come out another opening, just kind of show you what's going on in here. There's a lot of fine sediment, a lot more gathering than the other one. There's a lot of nice big holes that are cut, allowing divers to have easy access in and out as they're penetrating this wreck. So this is going to be the last area of this oil tanker that we will explore and show you. We're going to go inside this dark hallway below the wheelhouse, and I really like how it's kind of dark and ominous, and then all of a sudden you kind of see a little bit of light coming through windows and openings, giving you that nice pretty blue. You're drawn to it. Being in a dark atmosphere, you want to go towards the light. So we'll go down here and check out what it looks like down here in this hallway. So while we're going down to the end here where we can exit and start our ascent, I want to thank everybody for tuning in and watching another episode of Cooper's Amputee Lifestyle. I'm an amputee diver. I'm combating PTSD and depression due to the loss of my leg. I want to thank you all for your support. I want to thank you for watching my content, liking it, being subscribed, hitting the bell notification, watching every video at the end of each video to help the algorithm. And thank you all for watching. This has been another amazing dive down here in Nassau, Bahamas with Stuart, Cove, Dive Bahamas. And this has been the Twin Sisters Wreck Dive. And we will see you on the next adventure. Take care, be safe.